Hello, everyone. Happy New Year, and welcome to episode 166 of At Odds with the Unbreakable Spirit.
And the executioner, Daniel Trouble.
I'm Matthew Smith, aka the Unbreakable Spirit. Let's run through the topics and hop into it.
Topic number one.
Topic number one is our hopes for professional wrestling this year.
Number two.
Hendry winning the NXT Moment of the Year in their year-end awards.
Number three.
What we want to see during the Netflix era of Monday Night Raw.
Yep. Alright.
And with that said, I will start us off. So, what we want for 2025 in the world of professional wrestling. And honestly, I just want to see like good matches and stuff like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I figured that was gonna be on there. But what I want for WWE, cause obviously, yeah, good matches. No shit. That's kind of obvious. But I think what I want is, with this being John Cena's retirement tour, a big thing I want is a lot of moments to be remembered. Because if John Cena is going out, you want to have a lot of moments.
Yeah, for sure.
What I want is I also want shocking debuts, maybe some shocking returns. I want to actually be like, well, did not see that coming.
Yeah, definitely. I see where you're coming from there.
Yeah. What is something you want in 2025?
Something I want in 2025 is honestly for the tag titles to be defended on a premium live event.
Which one? Oh, both of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, when was the last time you actually remember a tag team title match on PLE?
WrestleMania.
Exactly.
Except for the women's tag team titles, but no one really gives a crap about those.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't stripped Bianca of it already.
Yeah. Something I want is I don't want any storylines that happened last year. Like, if there's anything left over from last year, like the Rock and Cody stuff, I don't want any. I want, like, I think I want a continuation of that story because I'm curious to see where it's gonna go. But I don't want any storylines to be like, oh, I wonder where this storyline could have gone. I wonder where this storyline could have gone. I want every storyline to make sense.
Yeah, that is a very, very good point. Something I want, and I'll probably touch more on this in topic number 3, is new directions for the Bloodline story to go, or maybe the finale of the Bloodline story.
Yeah, finale is something I don't know. It's just something I don't see the story ever ending.
Yeah, with how much turmoil the Anoa'i family is, I kind of have to agree with you.
Yeah, something I want for 2024 is I want someone to have a breakout year. I want, like, okay, and the big example I'm going to use of a superstar that I want to have a breakout year, Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Or Jacob Fatu, for example, because that dude had a breakout year, but imagine what that dude is going to be capable of when the werewolf is let loose.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Jacob had a breakout year. I think he won't really have one until the new bloodline or whatever you want to call it is no more. Because he's doing good, but I think he'll have a breakout year when he starts flying solo.
Boy. If that dude starts flying solo, oh boy. Okay. Here's something I want. This is just one particularly for the women's United States and mid card titles. I want the reigns and both champions, like Chelsea Green's reign and whoever wins the women's intercontinental title match, or the championship in general. I want them to have good matches with those titles.
Yeah.
That's just something I think WWE needs to do. What is something you think or what do you think we need for 2025?
That is a good question.
Yeah, okay. Something I think WWE needs is I want WWE like WWE is really good for pushing rivalries, but I don't want if CM Punk and Seth Rollins is gonna be the rivalry of the year, I wanted to push into, oh boy, this shit is getting ugh, this shit's getting ugly. I want
Yeah.
that kind of uncomfortable feeling because it very much seems like there's real life hatred. And you know when there's real life hatred between two wrestlers is good.
Yeah, and just to wrap up this topic with the final thoughts, I guess I'll go first. I want good matches, compelling stories, new people for us to cheer or boo for, depending on your personal opinion.
Mhm.
And overall, I just want wrestling to be good this year.
My final thought is this. Wrestling last year was very hot. It was very enjoyable. Everything was there's a lot of unpredictability last year with The Rock and all that stuff. I want 2025 to, yes, I agree, have good matches, but I also want to be shocked and awed because with with John Cena and Goldberg retiring this year, keep in mind that those are two things that are happening. I want both of those guys and any other wrestlers to step up. And if The Rock is coming back, I want The Rock to make me feel even more uncomfortable with what he's gonna do if he's feuding with Cody or not.
Yeah, and actually, speaking of people retiring, I saw on recent news earlier that Ric Flair is ready to step back in the ring.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm not joking.
All right, we'll be back with topic 2.
Yep.
Hello, everybody. We are back with topic number 2. Joe Hendry winning Moment of the Year, even though he's not even employed by WWE.
For now.
For now. But that was a big, okay. Didn't really see that one. That wasn't on my 2024 bingo card.
I don't think anything that happened last year was on your bingo card. Or
Yeah.
mine.
What's your thought about Joe Hendry winning Moment of the Year?
I think it was great. I was legitimately marking out, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's like, well, good for you, Joe Hendry. Now just carry it into 2025, I guess. I mean, you got a world title match this year.
Yeah. Joe Hendry had a great year overall, but the fact that a TNA superstar won an NXT year-end award, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And to me, it shows that WWE really values the partnership between TNA and their developmental territory.
Yeah. Unlike AEW did.
Yeah,
But my overall thoughts are like, okay, good. I'm glad Joe Hendry won it, but it was like, and then there were some moments where I was like, oh, okay. I'm glad Joe Hendry won it, so what now? What's next for Joe Hendry?
well, we did mention last week that Joe Hendry's contract with TNA is coming up.
True.
I forgot the timer, I think. Yep, I did.
Yeah.
New Year's resolution for the podcast, do not forget the timer.
Yeah, that would help for both of us.
Yeah, definitely.
But my overall thoughts is like, well, good. I'm glad we got a. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting, but I'm also just like, okay, where do you go from here?
Yeah, and it just shows how popular the prestigious one, that's one of Joe Hendry's nicknames, is in the world of wrestling.
Yeah, because it's crazy. Because keep in mind back in the day, when World Culture Pro Wrestling was a thing, he had a main event pay-per-view match 3 years in. Think about this for a second, everybody. 3 years into his professional wrestling career, he had a main event pay-per-view match with Kurt Angle, with Jim Cornette, and JR Collins match against Kurt Angle.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And also with him now being one of the most creative minds in professional wrestling, it's no wonder he won Moment of the Year. But and like one can dream and all that, if he goes to WWE, imagine the stuff he will get into. Like we've all heard the song he made for Ethan Page,
Mm-hmm.
and I want more of that. But we don't know where he's gonna end up after his contract says bye bye.
Yeah. Hell, bro. Hell, for all we know, what if hell and the hell, what if all like you? This is just a crazy thought, but what if like I don't know. He gets into like has like a rap battle or like what if like he's in NXT and John Cena just like randomly shows up or something like that or cool.
I
don't know.
mean, with John Cena being able to go anywhere he wants, I wouldn't be surprised if they have like Joe Hendry roasting someone and Dr. Economic Cena comes down and shrinks him down to size.
Yeah, that would be cool. But I mean overall I'd say I'm glad Joe Hendry won match of the year or moment of the year. Wasn't really what I was expecting, and I'm curious to see where things go from here.
Yeah,
What do you got?
a little bit off topic, but still having to do with the NXT awards. The fact that like tag team of the year was Axiom and Nathan Frazier shows how bad of a state the main roster tag team division is in.
What do you mean?
Like the fact that like there aren't that many, or maybe just the tag team division in general. The fact that the champions, who I hate to say it, might be getting a little stale, were the ones that got the award. It's just like you're going to give that to anyone else. I'm not saying I don't like the Supersonic Duo, but it's just like you have all these talented guys, and you have honestly a pretty lackluster tag team division, WWE.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Overall, I mean, I'm just glad we got someone new, but it's very intriguing to see where things go from here.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna stop the timer because, well, I started it a little late. So why don't we just do our final thought?
You go first.
Congratulations, Joe Hendry. I'm excited to see what you do this year.
Yeah, my final thoughts are okay. I'm glad Joe Hendry won, and I'm very intrigued to see where he goes if he decides to stay or if he decides to go make more money somewhere else.
Yeah, eh, yeah. And we'll be back with the final topic. There we go. And we are back with the third and final topic. What we want to see in the Netflix era. And I'm just going to get where I hinted at out of the way. And this is more of something I don't really want to see. Earlier today, I saw that WWE could be making a Tribal Chief Championship.
No.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on, I think first we should just do the first episode because that's the biggest deal right now.
Yeah, which is where I'm worried that the championship might debut because people, just to let you know, we are recording this 4 days before the Netflix premiere of Monday Night Raw.
Yes. So, my thoughts, okay, first, I just want to get this out of the way. I don't want, I do not, this is the one thing, only one thing I don't want. I don't want for me to tune in to Monday Night Raw and have it be a very buffery.
Yeah, and you don't want it to be another Tyson versus Punk,
Yeah,
which, like I mentioned a few weeks ago, I checked the footage of Game Day on Christmas. Yes, I watched a little bit of it live, and it was working fine, which gives me hope.
yeah, okay. First, what I want, what do you want first for the first episode and then for the rest of the year? What do you
Well,
want for the
there's something that might not be happening on the first episode that honestly should be the Women's Intercontinental Championship Finals,
I've heard the reason they're not doing this so it doesn't get lost in the shuffle.
as if the women don't already.
A good point.
Well, I know Netflix, like on Netflix, Raw is going back to 3 hours. I'm gonna have double-digit hours of wrestling to watch
Yeah,
on a
the
normal week.
yeah.
Personally, I would keep Raw at 2 hours,
Um,
but that's just my 2 cents, I guess.
yeah. What I want just for the first episode because if WWE is treating this just the first one like a freaking WrestleMania, I want a lot of shocking moments
Yeah,
for the because if The Rock is gonna return, I'm very I don't know, I'm very intrigued to see, will The Rock be involved in the Bloodline storyline? Will The Rock show up when Cody Rhodes is there? Who's The Rock star? Like, will there be some shocking debuts in the Tribal Combat match?
yeah, like the matches, at least the ones that I heard were like picked for WrestleMania, were Seth versus Punk in a tribal combat between Solo and Roman.
But this honestly raises this question. If this crap is happening on the very first episode of Monday Night Raw for the entire year, what the hell's going to happen at WrestleMania?
Yeah, like WWE, you're setting your. Oh, okay, one thing I do want is consistently good Raws. And what I mean is, WWE, you're setting the bar very, 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 very high with this premiere episode coming this coming
Yeah,
Monday. You need to
yes,
keep that consistency because we don't want to tune in to probably an amazing Monday Night Raw on Monday, and the next week it just be Feldscheiße, which for
and
those
everyone,
that don't know, that's German for horse poop.
yeah, we don't want that. What I want for Monday Night Raw in 2025, sorry, is first with the first episode. Like I said, I want some big moments just for the first episode. If there's shocking returns, don't be smart, WWE, and don't have this stuff leak out. Keep this shit like very tight on the amount of returns. Like very tight of who
Yeah.
returns. But also in the
And if you have shocking debuts, keep that league even tighter than the returns.
yeah, like for example, if you're having I don't know, Piccolo show up. Don't tell me. Don't tell the public. Have that be a moment.
Yeah, have it be like, and I'm gonna reference Chris Van Vliet here, when John Cena returned at the 2008 Royal Rumble. He was never in a broom closet.
Yeah, just be like, go. What the?
Yeah, like, and I think most importantly for the first episode, I just want it to be good. That is
Yeah.
the thing that I am most worried about. Shut up, Tiger, I hear you.
Well, the one
But
thing I want, hang on, sorry to interrupt, but the one thing I want for the first episode is really, just for the first one, I want amazing matches. I want like to keep me on the edge of my seat, especially for the two ones that could have been at WrestleMania.
yeah, like, yeah, the quality of a premiere, in my opinion, is the most important thing because it'll set the tone for how this show is going to go on a streaming service. And
Yeah.
yeah, it debuted like what 4 days after Dynamite premiered on Max.
Mhm.
With Dynamite getting the head start on a streaming service, you need to make people want to watch this.
Yeah. And I want to say this real quick. If Braun Breaker, this is important to me. If you guys have said, quote, Braun Breaker is going to be the focus point of the Monday Night Raw on Netflix, I want you guys to make this dude a monster. Me,
Yeah,
a badass.
yeah. If he's gonna be the focal point, I hate to say it, but maybe he should drop the IC title on the premiere so he can set his sights on the world title.
Yeah.
Anyways, the timer went off. This entire topic, when you think about it, has kind of been final thought.
Yeah. But overall,
So,
please have a good debut episode.
yeah, have a good debut episode and keep the momentum of that debut episode if it's good. If
One
it's
suggestion.
bad, what?
One suggestion I have is that with this being on the streaming service, have every episode end on a cliffhanger.
Yeah. And like I I lost my train of thought. Consistency, like if the episode is good, keep that consistency. Because if it's bad, WWE, you know the wrestling fans will let you know. We are not shy about voicing our opinions on social media.
Yeah, you guys signed a 10-year, $5 billion deal with this.
Yeah, you
With the B.
cannot, I'm gonna quote Hamilton here, do not throw away your shot.
Yeah, you got one. Look, you only get one chance to have a premiere. One shot.
Do not
Don't
miss your
screw it up.
chance to blow.
Yep.
All right,
Ribbit.
yeah, hasta Auf Wiedersehen.